So the crime that I decided to look into was here in Utah. It is with Jen Shah from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake. And first, I do watch the show, so I do remember watching the episode where Homeland Security showed up to arrest her. But anyways, the crime was a telemarketing scheme. And so it started with her selling the leads to other sales floors of the victims, and who they targeted were vulnerable people, specifically the elderly. And what they would do is these people would be having online businesses that were not profitable, and so they would focus on them to offer them coaching services or business services to help them promote their online business. They would get their credit card numbers and upsell them on the packages, and then just continue running the membership or whatnot until the credit cards were maxed out. And eventually she ended up owning one of the sales floors. So it started as her selling these leads to the sales floor, and knowing what they were doing in the first place. And then she transitioned to taking on the sales floor. And this happened for the part that they investigated was almost 10 years. And so the agencies that investigated were Homeland Security, and they worked with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Southern New York and the NYPD. And she ended up being sentenced to 78 months. She served less than 3 years in prison. She did have some co-conspirators. One in particular was also on The Real Housewives. He was portrayed as her assistant and would just like drive her around and run around and do whatever with her. And he actually pled before she did. And anyways, she took great lengths to try to cover up what was going on, so that she thought she was smarter than the investigators. Anyways, I would say that this is financial crime. First, she was convicted of wire fraud in connection with telemarketing. She first was selling the leads knowing that these individuals were going to be defrauded of their money. And then especially when she went to the sales floor and she knew what was happening, that they were not actually receiving the services they were paying for, and then continued to charge them. That is why I would consider this a financial crime.